everybody, what's really good? How are you? Good evening. Welcome to our special show for today. I'm Anthony Brown, your host. So glad you could join us for this special edition of the HBCU Alumni House Party. Listen, it's October 17th. It's chilly outside in some places across this country, so I hope y'all are staying warm, staying safe. You out here doing the right thing. But today, got some good friends along today, and we got a few more. If you just in case you saw the banner, we opened up with this is our nonpartisan approach to advocate and to let people know the importance of voter education, voter registration, all that kind of good stuff. But at the same time, to also share with you all some of these amazing alumni who are also running for office. Some are running for the school board, they're running for state representative, they may be running for U.S. Congress. And so we want to be able to give them opportunities. So if you are watching right now and you want to maybe be on here, give me a few moments. We will actually send you the link. If you want, I got some guests already in the queue. But if you think you want to come on and talk about your campaign, this is a few moments where, it's free advertising. You might as well take advantage of it while we're here in this space. And we're also going to still talk about the campaigns, about the fundraising campaigns. Listen, I need y'all to help me out. Because the numbers for this week are a little low. So I think we got to do something about that. So now, listen, I'm not going to hold you. A couple things we want to do. So again, we're raising money for 3 schools. Where this week it's Arkansas Baptist College. It is Bennett College, and its Interdenominational Theological Center. So if you don't know anything about any of these schools, we're going to take a quick moment in between our guests of this evening. We're going to take a quick moment and also kind of just educate you and let you know a little bit about some of these institutions. Right there is the link to Arkansas Baptist College, a little college located in Little Rock, Arkansas. And then you got Bennett College located in Greensboro, North Carolina. There's the link right there for Greensboro, for Bennett College, right there. And then you also have the Interdenominational Theological Center located in Atlanta, Georgia. Another one of our great institutions. Actually, I think it's one of the only, it's a consortium of seminary schools. We learned that on Wednesday. So now, before we get started with our guests, let's take a quick look and talk and show you this video about Arkansas Baptist College. So again, the link to Arkansas Baptist College is right there. Right now, we have raised $215 for Arkansas Baptist College, but I know that you still got that $5. Look, no one's at homecoming. So come on, that fish dinner that you saved on, that t-shirt that you saved on, that parking to the game that you saved on, come on. Put 5 on each one of these 3 schools from tonight. Just put 5 on each one of the schools. Help me out. That's a fish dinner. That's a t-shirt. That's parking right there. So now, let me go on with the show again. Like I said, hit the like button. Y'all hit the likes. You need to hit the likes. I don't see no. Look, I'm right there. I'm looking at the numbers right there. I don't see no likes right now. I don't see no likes. I don't see no hearts. I don't see no hugs. Give me something. I see some people watching, but I don't see no hearts. So hit the share button. Yeah, hit the share. You right there. You. Hit the share button. Stop playing. All right. So Again, welcome to the HBCU Alumni House Party. Again, we got 80,000 plus members in the HBCU Alumni United group. Yeah, we do. Over 80,000 people. Y'all doing it. But y'all come on and give. But now we're gonna take a turn and meet some of these alumni who are part of the group, who are also running for office in their various respective places across the country. Our first guest is Dr. D. Belle Williams. She's running for school board in Richland School District number 2 in Columbia, South Carolina. And she is a graduate of South Carolina State University. Y'all, welcome to the show, Dr. D. Belle Williams. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am absolutely amazing. Well, I'm trying to be anyway.
Awesome. Look, there's nothing to it but to do it.
I know, right? I know. So now, first of all, let's talk about you at South Carolina State. Let's go back. Let's go on down to Orangeburg, South Carolina real quick. Now, that I-26.
Yes, I-26. It'll take you straight there. I am super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Anybody who knows me know I am HBCU born and bred. My journey at South Carolina State actually starts with 2 other HBCUs prior to South Carolina State University, not as a student, but just as a young person growing up around family members who attended HBCUs. And so, yeah, absolutely. So I got to give you just a brief little bit of history. So, before South Carolina State, I was actually a youth program participant at Bennett College, which is also an HBCU. After I aged out of that in my preteens, when I became a teenager, I was at Claflin University for their Upward Bound program.
That's right across over the fence.
Right across the fence. And of course, after graduating from high school, I attended South Carolina State University. And my attendance started in 1998. Super excited. I finished in 2002. And I'm not only just a graduate, but I am a 3-time graduate of South Carolina State University. I actually got my bachelor's there in professional English. I also received my educational specialist degree and my educational doctorate degree from South Carolina State University.
Awesome. So listen, I can see why you want to be the advocate for change for young people.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about this campaign and you just let everyone know again what you're running for and all this. We were talking a little bit behind the scenes about this new world of campaigning. But before we go there, let's talk about your campaign.
Absolutely. Well, as I shared before, I am D. Belle Williams, and I am running for school board for Richland School District 2, which is in the northeast region of Columbia, South Carolina. We serve about 28,000 students within the district. And of course, we have a host of faculty and staff, of course, that we serve as well. And of course, I am running because I have the educational experience that you can count on. And for those of you all who are watching who may not live in Columbia, but you have family members who are in Columbia, you have some HBCU buddies, brothers and sisters who live in Columbia, please, of course, you want to make sure that they know who I am as they make their way to the voting polls. Of course, you all know that we're already in early voting. Many states across the nation have already started early voting, including South Carolina, that started on October 5th. So I would, of course, appreciate not only the shout out and having the space here, but of course, putting that into action by sharing it. So I am running for school board not only because I've had the educational experience that you can count on, but I'm also running because it is time for a change. It is time for running schools beyond what they used to look like. We have been enamored with so many different changes with COVID-19. And what I told the partners and the constituents within my area is that we don't need people serving on the school board who are, they may have been involved with education for 30 years, but things have changed. You want a progressive thinker on the school board, someone who has adequate research skills, and like myself, I understand the trajectory of where education is going in the next 2 to 5 years. COVID-19 has sped a lot of innovation up in time frame where the changes that we were probably not going to experience in another 10 years are going to happen in the next 2 to 5 years.
So what have you found to be so different in this campaigning in this COVID-19 space?
It's been quite a challenge. Pivot is the word. Pivot and shift, because we are not able to campaign.
We used to call that bobbing and weaving back in the day.
Right. Yeah, that's the old school bobbing and weaving. But now it's, in business is pivot and shift. And we have to be prepared, because none of us have a playbook for being able to campaign. No matter if you run for office for the first time, or if you ran for office for the sixth time. Like, we're all trying to learn this and do the best that we can. So I'm learning that a lot of the traditional methods will not work during this COVID season, especially since right now we're in early voting. So whereas we will be preparing to do some traditional methods, such as sending out a last minute mailer, doing some possible commercials, and just some of the traditional
Mhm.
things, we are now relegated to trying to touch voters who are already in line, who are already making the decision to vote,
Oh.
to absentee voting. So there's so many different ways in which we have to rethink how we campaign, which I don't think is a bad thing, because I am a very forward thinker. So this is just setting us up for how we need to be able to shift and move for future elections and for our roles in the community.
Now, is this your first? Are you running? This is your first time running for office?
This is my very first time running for office.
Wow. Okay. Well, congrats on that. Now, listen, before we get up out, I told y'all we're going to hold you long. Because I know you've had a full day. You probably already been on the campaign trail. You've been out there shaking hands and kissing babies. Do they still do that? Well, they're not kissing anybody
Bumping elbows now and just waving.
Yeah, we bumping elbows and waving. We blowing kisses. So
Right, we're blowing kisses.
You probably had a full day. I know you have. But again, just let everyone know one more time. I'm going to give you the spotlight one more time, just in case somebody just logged in. Let them know one more time who you are, where you're campaigning, and your whole platform, and how they can reach out to find out more information.
Absolutely. Again, I'm D. Bell Williams, and I am a candidate for Richland School District 2 School Board in the Northeast region of Columbia, South Carolina. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dr. D, the number 4, Rich, the number 2. Again, that's at Dr. D, the number 4, Rich 2. And you can find out more about me. You can see videos regarding my campaign messages. You can also find a link where you can donate towards my campaign. And you can also just keep up with the campaign trail as we march hard all the way to the finish line. And I do want to say before we close, I am super excited that as we move forward and closer to election, as an individual or candidate who's running for a school board office, it meant an amazing deal to recently be endorsed by the South Carolina Education Association here in the state of South Carolina. So I'm super excited about that. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And of course, continue to wish me well.
Dr. Bell Williams, thank you. We wish you well. I know you are representing South Carolina State to the utmost. We wish you all the best in your campaign, and hopefully you'll come back to us real soon and send us a message saying, "Hey, I won! Congratulations! I need to." Then hopefully we can bring you back. We talk about some school board reform, some school reform or something.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Listen, I told y'all, hey, Monique, how are you all the way from Texas? How are you, love? So now listen, if you are a candidate and you are watching us right now and you want to still be a part of it, just drop a quick little message in the chat so we can be able to send you the link. If you are a candidate or if you know somebody real quick, you need to tag them in the message. Tag them right now. Tag them in the chat so we can be able to get them the message right now, and we can put them in the queue so we can make sure we can give you an opportunity to say something about what you are doing and why you are running for office. Now, listen, we've been talking about the whole idea for the past couple of weeks about listen. We told you more than once about we need some people to go ahead and work these polls. Now, listen, there's some good money to be made when you get on them polls. And you do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to pay a light bill, you can pay a cell phone bill, may put some gas in your car. And I'm talking about just if you just go out there one good time, you can play whatever music you want to play. I'm just as serious as a heart attack, but you can go out here and work these polls, and I'm gonna show you how, just like this.
Poll workers are very important because they help facilitate the voting process.
Most individuals who work elections are over the age of 65. With the COVID-19 pandemic, that is a population that is incredibly vulnerable. That is why I signed up and received trainings to become a poll worker.
I signed up to be a poll worker. My mom actually brought it to my attention. She presented it to me, letting me know that it would be a great opportunity to make some quick extra money, as well as to get to know the voting system. And once I got all that information, I turned it right over to Ty, and I said, hey, do you want to do the election with me?
As a poll worker, it was my job to ensure everyone coming to vote was registered and received the correct ballot.
We go in and set up all of the equipment to make sure when voters come the next day, their experience is as pleasant as possible. Why should you become a poll worker? One, it's a great way to give back to your community. It's also a great way to see democracy in action.
I would encourage more young people to come out and work the election polls and bring your friends.
It makes the time go by faster, too.
Does. It makes a difference when poll workers reflect the communities in which they serve.
Now I don't know what kind of poll you thought I was talking about, but while you at the polls and you checking people in, you can certainly have your ear pods in. You can play whatever music you want to play. Now listen, understand that in years past, if you all have ever gone voting, it's a lot. Normally, it's a lot of older senior citizens who work the polls, who are volunteering or who are working the polls, who are they get paid for that. There's a check. However, we don't want to subject them to what may be out there. Pre-health conditions, all that. So we need some young, vibrant people who can go out here, who's healthy and wise, who can manage and be able to live within social distancing, still be able to help support. So I think there's still some time in some communities to still sign up and do that. I use it as an example, as an educator, as a senior class advisor, I would use it as an opportunity for my senior class students to be able to pay their senior dues. They would work the polls, get their little $170-some odd for the day, and that paid off their senior dues. So it was a quick little fundraiser as well. Hey, so now also, it's homecoming season. Yes, it's homecoming season. We all having the shakes. We all having the shakes about this homecoming situation. So again, check on your HBCU alumni and friends, because we are going through with some serious withdrawals, because by now, we done spent all our money. We broke, it's Saturday night. We done left the game. We back on the yard. We at the step show. We at the comedy show right now. We at the concert. We somewhere celebrating, whether we won or we lost, we still celebrating. And we're doing it virtual, but it's nothing like just being that connection. But I'm so glad we got all these different type of organizations, individuals who are putting together these videos and documentaries and these celebrations virtually to allow us to do this. So here's this one company that's got a documentary that's coming out in November about the HBCU. Well, it's called The Experience. It's called The Experience. It's an HBCU documentary. It's coming out next month, but let's take a quick look. Let's go watch this trailer and go learn more about it.
Coming out of HBCU is amazing. It's epic. It's fun. It's like the best experience of your life.
Homecoming at an HBCU, nothing like it.
Relive the experience, to reflect, to reclaim, to donate, to build, to reinforce, and to do all of those things during that week.
When homecoming comes around, it's like the flags go up, everyone has new energy. You got the new shoes, new outfits. HBCU is more for African American students, a place they can actually feel like a majority in life.
Undergrad, that's the time we get to skip class, we get to do stuff like the stuff during the day, like the comedy show, the Taste of FAMU, that fun stuff. That's cool, and that's stuff you get to do while you're in school.
HBCU homecoming is like a big family reunion. seeing people that have graduated that you haven't seen, or like just seeing the way like old Howard, because there's always this argument, old Howard versus new Howard.
You have all the Greeks out. Everybody just kind of meets in front of the union. So they're out there filming, they're out there strolling, everybody's out there talking, everybody's out there just doing their thing.
Homecoming at a university is what it says. It's coming home.
We get so caught up in our day-to-day lives, especially now that we're out of school and we're grown and have families and working and careers and all that good stuff. And homecoming is a way to come back and reconnect.
Now, y'all know the old song, when all God's children, when we get together, oh, what a time. Oh, what a time. Listen, when we get back on the yard, man, listen, I'm trying to get you the closest yard. If I cannot get to Bethune-Cookman, I'm going to get to Bethune-Cookman, though. But I'm going to try to get I'm going to try to get close to every yard I can. I'm going to try to get to Wilberforce. I'm going to try to get to Central. I'm going to try to go over here to, to Cheney and Lincoln over here in Pennsylvania. I'm trying to get to as many yards I can get to come next year, because oh, what a time it's going to be. And then while I'm there, like I need for you to do, you need to go and leave a donation. Don't go in somebody else's yard and don't leave them a donation. Now that's like you going to somebody's house for a repast. You come in there empty-handed. That's another story for another day. I'm gonna talk about that later. But don't you go to nobody's house empty-handed. Leave them something. Leave them something besides you just flushing the toilet. Leave them something. I'm sorry. All right, I digress. I'm there. I'm on one today. Hey, so our next guest, who is going to leave us with some good knowledge and some good information today, because she is running for the U.S. House of Representatives Congressional 9th District in North Carolina. She's a resident of Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. Yes, she's a Spelman College alum doing her thing. Y'all, I need y'all to show some love, make some noise. Welcome to the show, Cynthia Wallace. How you doing?
Hello.
Woo!
Got my gear on. I'm ready. Y'all gotta see it. Spelman women vote. All right.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing outstanding. It has been an awesome day. The weather here in Charlotte, North Carolina has been beautiful. It's been amazing. I would obviously rather be in Atlanta at homecoming, but this is COVID 2020. This is what we're doing.
I know, right? But then actually, this was your virtual homecoming this weekend.
Yeah, so I've done at least one event, but I've had so many campaign things. I have not done a traditional homecoming, but I did actually hang out with the Spell House. We call it Spelman and Morehouse, Spell House class of 91 earlier today. So
okay, awesome. So now let's talk about your Spelman experience.
Okay. Well, I know similar to the person ahead of me, I actually did get to Spelman by way of Howard University, honestly.
Oh.
So I when I was in high school, I did a summer program at Howard University. And so I was set to attend Howard. That was my school. And then Spelman came around and I fell in love with Spelman College my senior year in high school. And I researched it. They recruited me, and it was a marriage, I guess, made in heaven. Because after I attended Spelman, I've had 4 other relatives to attend Spelman. So there are 5 Spelman women in my family now.
Come on, y'all better keep the legacy going. Keep it going. So now, I love the fact, one thing I love that you all do, especially with the AUCs, you all have that, is it the olive branch ceremony?
Mm-hmm. Across the Atlanta University Center, Spelman, Morehouse, CAU, Clark, Atlanta.
You get a brother or sister from the other schools, and you all have this fellowship, this relationship, this partnership. This just kind of build that spirit of camaraderie amongst the schools. I love that you all do it. So now,
I'm a little bit old school though, so it's been a few years since I did it. I'm class of 93, Spelman College. But I will say my Morehouse brother, actually, my official Morehouse brother, has been fundraising for me for this campaign, and is actually literally we're planning. He lives in LA, and we're working on a fundraiser for my campaign for next Friday. And
Now
my Spell House class of '93 in July showed up and showed out for me.
Wow. So let's talk about the campaign. Let's talk about what have been some of your challenges or some of your accomplishments with the campaign so far.
So I was saying, so I am once again Cynthia Wallace running for North Carolina for U.S. House of Representatives, North Carolina's 9th Congressional District. And it has been quite interesting to run for Congress as a first-time candidate in a pandemic, to say the least. But my first 3 months were very traditional. I ran and I won my primary back in March, on March 3rd, with 56% of the vote in a four-way race. And then about 10 days later, the state shut down. And, you know, I think it's been opportunities and challenges. I think from an opportunity perspective, without the pandemic, I wouldn't have had as many events virtually that brought so many people into my campaign from across the country. You know, those Spelman Morehouse classmates, they wouldn't have come to an in-person event for me, or I couldn't have had people from California and New York and DC at a fundraiser for me. So I see there are some great opportunities. The challenges, of course, are that most of those events would have been in person. So, you know, in some instances, you do a little bit better on an in-person event. But I think the other opportunity is, you know, running as an African-American woman in a district that is actually only 19% African-American. You know, so I am definitely running in a seat where, you know, I would be the first African-American ever elected to Congress from this district.
Okay.
And
so
go ahead.
I was going to say, so just share with me if you can, or some of your points that as you're running or as you seeking this office, or and if we're going to just speak it into existence, we're just going to claim all HBCU.
Win. I say win. I actually do use the win word.
Yeah. So win. What are some of your objectives or your goals?
So one of several things that I plan to work on in this district, like North Carolina, people have been seeing us in the news over the last few years. Our districts are very gerrymandered. You know, my district is a rural and urban mix. But the good news is that's who I am. I was born in Southern Georgia in a small town. And then I went to Spelman College, as we've discussed, and moved to Atlanta. And so that mix of urban and rural values is what I intend to bring to this district. And that means I want to fight for them for better paying jobs with a livable wage, access to affordable health care, lowering the cost of prescription drug prices that makes it difficult for people to buy groceries and buy medication. It means expanding the access to broadband. That's a big issue in rural communities. And that means access to telework, access to remote learning, access to telemedicine. So to be able to see your doctor in a setting like this. And then finally, one of the things I bet a lot of these viewers that are in college or have attended college know about is student loan debt. And I plan to work on the reduction of this. It is 1.5 trillion plus in this country. And that means parents and their children are drowning in mortgage-sized debt, and we've got to end that. And so those are some of the things that I want to fight for the second I get elected and start and go to office in early January.
Awesome. So now, one more thing before we get up out of here. You made, as we were getting prepared for the show, you made reference that you just got a recent endorsement.
I did. So I've been excited. I've gotten a lot of great endorsements in this race. Vice President Joe Biden has endorsed my campaign. Senator Kamala Harris has endorsed my campaign. And my Spelman sister, Stacey Abrams, endorsed my campaign. But just today, one of the things I always say is, an endorsement of folks is great, but the best endorsement is the endorsement of the voters. And so in my district, of the Pilot, which is a local paper for Moore County, which is one of the 8 counties that I'll represent, is a typically Republican county. I was endorsed by that paper against the Republican incumbent today. And I've spoken to folks from that area, and they can't tell me of a Democrat that got endorsed by that paper. So that means my message that is against any partisan divisions, my message that wants to work with folks for the good of my district is cutting across, and it is getting through to the voters and to folks in my district. So I'm looking for an exciting November 3rd.
Awesome sauce. Okay, so one more time before we get up out of here, I'm gonna give you a quick moment in the spotlight. Again, let everyone know who you are, what you're running for, and how they can reach out to you.
All right. Well, I am Cynthia Wallace, and I'm the Democratic candidate for North Carolina's 9th Congressional District. You can find me on my website, cynthiawallace.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So look for me. I need your help. I need your support. In 17 days, we can do this.
Awesome sauce. Well, congrats on all of your campaign success so far. We hope to hear back from you real soon, Cynthia.
All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Have a good night.
All right. So now listen, it's just been so many people. I am so glad this one young lady was able to get, she was at another event. She had to pop out. She just popped back in. So before I talk about Bennett College and talk about some of the fundraising efforts that we're doing over there, let me now introduce this phenomenal young lady right here. Her name is Dr. Adia Winfrey. She is running for U.S. House of Representatives, Congressional 3rd District in Alabama. She is home. Her home is Talladega, Alabama. She is a Wilberforce University alum all the way from Ohio. Come about the woo. Come on. I'm loving it. Not really loving it because I don't eat McDonald's no more. Don't even do that, y'all. Don't even get all like that. But listen, y'all gonna listen because she got this beautiful smile. Listen, I can see it already coming through. It's coming. Boom! There he is right there. Hey, sis, how you doing?
Hey, I'm back. I'm
so glad you made it back.
Yes, I popped in, popped out. I gotta pop back out, but I wanted to jump on because tonight is so special, and so I'm happy to be here.
All right, so first of all, because I know, look at that, Monique.
The woo, baby, and it's Adia, Dr. Dia. You call me Dr. Dia.
Yes, I know. I think Lester probably watching too. Lester Home is also a Wilberforce.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So Dr. Dia, let's talk real quick. Let's talk about Wilberforce University. Let me tell me. Tell me about. Is it the barn? Is that
the barn, man? The barn. Wilberforce really gave me an amazing foundation when it comes to my political career, but also my professional career. We in the midst of the cornfields of Wilberforce, but baby, when I tell you the people, the professors, the history, Wilberforce is the oldest private university HBCU in the country, 1856. 1856. You know what I'm saying? So that is in the soil. That is in the history of the university. So we are taught to be trailblazers just by being students there. So Wilberforce, it helped to shape who I am today. So I get excited. Look.
Now, were you part of SCA or a student officer or anything when you were in college?
I was a jazzer, an emerald green and gold jazzer. So we had all the fly dances and outfits, and we would be at all the games, and we did our thing. So everybody that was there during that time, y'all know it's real. The jazz, we're legendary.
All right, so real quick, let's talk about the campaign. So you are running again for U.S. House of Representatives, Congressional 3rd District in Alabama.
Yes.
So let's talk about the campaign. How's it been going for you?
The campaign has been going amazingly. From the outset, I told my team that we were going to do things different. We were not going to run a traditional campaign, not knowing COVID was going to shake everything up, but it really gave us an opportunity to make people think outside the box. We were one of the first campaigns in the state, if not the first, to start doing Zoom events. We did Zoom kickbacks, fundraisers. I got a campaign DJ that shows up wherever I go. So we get lit. We know that the 3rd District has been historically Republican, but that's because people don't turn out to vote. So we do the traditional events, but we also want to reach the people. So like tomorrow, we're going to the Lee County softball field, and we're going to be at a softball tournament. We did a fish fry. We've had kickball games. Like I said, online kickbacks. Anything we could do to reach the people that feel like their voice does not count, because that's going to be the difference in this election.
Awesome sauce. Now, is this your first time running, or are you
This is my second time running for this office. Now, when I ran before in 2018, I did have a primary. That was my first time ever running for anything. and I had no name in the state. And so I had about 2 months to make a name for myself, and I definitely did that. And so that opened up the door for me. I went on to be the regional field director for Birmingham for the governor's race, and I'm actually now the chair of the Talladega County Democratic Party. And all of that came from me running for office. And I must also say that all this started with me as a volunteer for the Doug Jones campaign in 2017.
Okay.
I was instrumental in helping him win my county, Talladega County, typically a Republican county, but we pulled out the win for him for the county and on to the rest of the state. And of course, Doug Jones is running for re-election, and I got his back 100%. So, yes.
Let me real. I got to, if I don't, I'm gonna be sharing because I got to shout out Dr. Hawkins and Talladega College.
Yes, I love Talladega College. My mom is an alum, and Talladega College is near and dear to my heart. Dr. Hawkins is awesome. That man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's really amazing.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
good people. He is good people. So now, what are some of your points or some of the things that you want people to know about? About your campaign and about as you are elected.
Yes.
What do you think was your goals?
So my platform is the AEIOU platform. The A stands for agriculture. That is our number one industry, and I'm focused on expanding that and bringing more people to the fold. The E within my platform stands for education. I am focused on bringing more career tech opportunities and workforce development for middle-aged Alabamians. The I within my platform stands for innovation. Just like Cynthia mentioned, broadband needs to be expanded in our rural communities, and I am focused on that. The O within my platform stands for opportunity. We need more opportunities within healthcare, expanding Medicaid, and opportunities for people here in the 3rd District who have ideas that they're ready to launch out. And the U within my platform stands for unity. We are stronger together than we will ever be apart. And that is at the heart of everything I do. So that is my platform. And that is what we're pushing now. And when I get to DC on January 21st.
She said the AEIOU.
Yes, yes, yes. Make it plain and simple, easy enough for the elementary kids to understand. But we need to get back to the basics and bring these resources, because not only does it help Alabama, it helps the nation. I said, this was my platform pre-COVID, but COVID has really just amplified the importance of these issues. So yes, I'm excited.
Well, listen, I know you are bouncing. I know you are back and forth because you're in the car. And I know you were in between events.
Yes.
So I want to make sure I'm glad you were able to come back on. So I'm gonna give you one more last chance to kind of give you a moment in the spotlight. So if you want to shout out anybody, any special endorsements, anybody else you want to, if you want to just let everybody know again who you are, what you're running for, any endorsement, anything you want to share, here is your time.
Thank you. Thank you again so much for having me on. I am a proud HBCU alum of Wilberforce University. My name is Dr. Adia Winfrey. A lot of y'all know me as Dr. Adia, and I am the Democratic nominee for Congress in Alabama's 3rd District. You can learn more about me at winfrey4congress.com. Again, that's Winfrey, the number 4congress.com. Everything is on there. Donate to the campaign. Get the word out. If you have anybody in Alabama, let them know about me, because they may be in my district. I have 13 counties in the district. So thank you guys so much. And make sure you vote on November 3rd if you don't vote early.
Awesome sauce, Doc. We thank you so very much. We wish you well.
Appreciate
all that
it.
great stuff. And I want to be able to come back and see you again.
Yes, I'll be back.
I want to come to a virtual party. I'm good for the virtual party.
I can tell.
I got some green and gold in the back somewhere.
We got you. I'm gonna let you know when the next one is.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you. Later.
All right, so again, y'all, listen. To my engineer, Mary, I did put in the run of show, so you'll see if anybody wants to, if you are watching us right now and you are a candidate and you are HBCU alumni, you want to join us real quick. I got about 3 more guests that we got to bring on, but if we got time and you got the time, if you want to come on, we're going to drop the link in the chat in a few moments. If you're running for office and you're an HBCU alum, you are more than welcome. We're going to sing you there. There it is right there. So there we go. running for a lucky position, like to be on the show, join us right now. There's the link right there. You can come on and join us. It's right there in the chat. So please, if you want to be a part of it. So now, before we go any further, again, you know we are raising money for Arkansas Baptist College, Bennett College, and the Interdenominational Theological Center. I'm going to go back and refresh my screen. Let me see what we're looking at so far. So again, Arkansas Baptist College, we are at $215. I told y'all I need y'all to come on and put 5 on it. You're not at homecoming. You listen. I need you to come on and put 5 on it real quick. There's the link to Arkansas Baptist College. You know that money you was gonna spend on that T-shirt. Come on, let me hold it. Let me hold it. Let me hold it. All right. That money you was gonna spend on that fish fry, put it on Bennett College. The money you was gonna spend on the parking, put it on ITC. So now, Arkansas Baptist College right now is $215. Bennett College, you are at $285. Bennett College, you are at $285. If you've never been to Greensboro, North Carolina, and you have never seen Bennett College for women, here's an interesting fact. I just learned that this week from Deborah Love, who's the Alumni Relations Director and also over the annual giving campaign. Did you know that Bennett College was once co-ed? I didn't know that. That was new information for me. Bennett College for women now, when it first started, was a co-ed institution. Now, we do have a guest from Bennett College coming up in a few moments. So maybe she can remind me and let me know when the actual date was when they changed over. But there, yeah, that was an interesting fact. Also, did you know that Bennett College is the original sister college to Morehouse College? Everyone thinks Spelman because they're across the street. It was actually Bennett College. We learned that on Wednesday as well. Hey, for more information, you want to learn about Bennett College? Let's go check this out. And there's the link again if you want to support Bennett College with our weekly campaign. Again, every week we are raising money for various HBCUs because as one representative told us this past week, we are the CARES program for if alumni don't support our schools, we can't expect these other folks to support our schools. So we got to do our part. And it's not just supporting just our own institution. It's about all HBCU alumni supporting all HBCUs. If we don't, who will? Okay, let that sit there for a moment. Hey, So Bennett College, we already at 285. Let's see if we can kind of move that needle up a little bit. We want to move the needle from 285. We want to move that needle up. We got into 11:59 p.m. tonight to make a difference. And then we're going to talk about the 3 schools that we're going to start for next week. All right. Speaking of Bennett College, oh my gosh, I should have had my song ready, but listen, she would definitely know how to ring her bell. I wonder if that's probably should have told her to have her bell ready, but she probably, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna pressure today. But listen, she wants you to ring that bell or actually pull that ballot on by November 3rd. Real soon, if you haven't already done so, in the Prince George's County, Maryland area. She is running for school board candidate district number 7. She is a Bennett Bell. Y'all, welcome to the show right now, Miss Alexis Branch. How are you?
How are you?
Bell anytime, anywhere. Hey.
You told me to have the bell ready. I would have made sure I had one on hand.
I just popped in my like, oh my gosh, I should have had the song ready and everything.
No, you were spitting out facts and everything. I was like, oh my goodness, I was not prepared for it.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Good. So, all right. So now listen, let's talk about what got you to Bennett College.
Wow. Actually, my dad applied to Bennett College for me. I was not originally planning.
You got to get up out of here.
No, really. I was not prepared to go to an all-women's institution. And what changed my mind was they have a Bell introduction week. So basically you go and you can stay on campus for a week for a weekend, and you meet I met my big sister there, and that actually changed my mind. It felt like home. So I honestly say that God chose Bennett for me.
Oh, I know that's right. So anyway, okay, now let's, we're going to come back to Bennett in just a moment, but let's talk about this campaign real quick. Let's just jump into this campaign. How's it going?
It's going. So just a couple of different facts. I am the only candidate on the ballot with teaching experience. I'm also the only candidate on the ballot with experience in serving on a board in the realm of education. I'm a former Board of Trustee member at Bennett College in my position as a Student Government Association president. I was actually in that role when we went through our accreditation scare. And I was a part of that process in helping them raise $8.5 million. Come
on, yes, because you did that thing.
Yes, I also am the only HBCU candidate on the ballot. So yeah, I will also be the youngest Black woman elected to the seat if I win this seat.
How many? And I know in some cities, in some communities, there's maybe is it 1 position or 2 positions, 3 positions?
It's one position in my district, but it's currently 4 positions open. 2 of them are unopposed. I'm sorry, it's 5 positions open. 2 of them are unopposed, and 2 of them have people that they're running against. We did beat out the incumbent, so that's it will be a new person in this seat.
Regardless.
Yeah, it will be me in the seat.
Hey, come on. Into existence. And now, a teacher. So you're okay.
Yes, a former teacher. I'm a pre-K teacher in the county, and I'm currently working for FMCSA, the U.S. Department of Transportation, and I'm currently a Bowie State University student. I'm getting my master's at Bowie State right now.
Wow.
So 2-time HBCU.
Okay. Now let's talk about your campaign. What's your platform? What are you advocating?
Okay. A couple of different things that we will accomplish is bilingual education for all of our elementary school students, an African American history requirement to the curriculum, building leaders through genuine, authentic community service. So not just submitting cans and coats to get your hours, but actually putting in the work in the community, understanding the issues and problems this community is facing so that we're actually building leaders for tomorrow. free universal pre-K, passport grants for our junior and high school seniors so that they can take advantage of the free study abroad opportunities that they have not been taking advantage of, modifying our alternative schooling, so policy surrounding how we're sending our kids to these schools. Also, clubs, sports, and organizations for these schools. I think that when you don't give a child an opportunity to express themselves constructively, we're feeding into the school to prison pipeline. So I would like to see clubs and organizations and sports added to these schools. I'm also pushing for safer schools without creating a school prison environment, hiring incentives and global training for our teachers to include increase in pay so that we can retain some of our teachers. I would like to see 2 teachers per classroom to handle classroom control and also give the students the individualized attention that they deserve, more adequate counseling services, increasing per pupil, expansion of our CTE programs, and reallocation of funds within special education to better support our kids with special needs.
Girl, you better go on there.
But we have a culture to shift here in Prince George's County, and that's going to come with a lot. So I'm prepared and I'm ready, and I hope that this community is ready too. I'm not taking any organization endorsements. I want to get elected on the strength of the community. I think for a long time, this seat has been filled with individuals and by people who have not had just the community's interest at heart. Okay. And I want to make a shift. I think for the county has a problem with other people, I guess, having a role in who gets elected to certain seats. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of them deceiving the voters. I'm tired of them playing politics with our school system. And I want to see a shift and I want to see a change. Prince George's County is ready. When our schools are better, your property taxes are better. And I'm tired of them taking advantage of this community. So let's do this.
Yes, when our schools are better, our community is better. It's all works hand in hand. It does.
Absolutely.
It does. Whoo, girl, you didn't gave me. You didn't say it. You didn't say it. Now, so what have been some real quick before we get up out of here? What has been some of either your challenges or your learning, your ahas moments that you learned in this campaign?
Okay, so everyone has been saying that this, COVID has switched up the campaign process. I would say in a way it has, but in a way it hasn't. I've been on doors every single day, knocking on doors, talking to people in grocery stores, handing out flyers. I really have a true grassroots campaign. I would say the biggest challenge that I have been facing is going against the system. So, the system kind of selects who they want to get in the seat. And I'm the person that they did not expect to run into. So I'm kind of going up against the system. And that has been my biggest challenge. Of course, the deceiving of voters with these, fake sample ballots. And there's probably been about 12 in everyone's mailbox.
Whoa, what? Say that again?
Yeah, fake sample ballots. So there's Republican judges on here that are shaded in as Democrats. They're outlining the Board of Education race as it's not nonpartisan, and it is nonpartisan. I specifically, my affiliation is a non-affiliation, specifically because I am representing children. But Bennett College has afforded me the opportunity to be able to work on several different campaigns and getting the first Black woman in the Supreme Court of North Carolina elected. I work side John Lewis to help various different Democratic campaigns in North Carolina. But I am the only candidate that is pledging to represent all children, not just children of specific political parties.
All children. I love that. All children. That
absolutely. I think that America right now has a problem with you have to pick a side. And I think that it's important that, sometimes we have to have that conversation on a national level, but not when you're talking about kids, when you're talking about the future of this country. If we want real dramatic change when it comes to the political system, it starts right here, right now with our children. They're seeing everything that's going on. And we have to make sure that our children are able to see a proper example, and we have a functioning board so that we're able to be productive and get things done in this county.
Listen, Alexis, I am just excited just to hear just the energy and this I don't know. I'm just feeling something within, even through this technology. I'm feeling it. So now listen, like everyone else, I'm gonna give you a quick moment in the spotlight. I'm gonna let you know, give everybody know who you are, what you're running for, where you at, how they can reach out to you. You want to give a shout out to somebody. And matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can do something special while you're doing all that.
Okay. So yes, my name is Alexis Nicole Branch. I am a candidate for the Board of Education here in District 7 in Prince George's County, Maryland. You can find me on my website below. It's on the screen, alexisnicolebranch.org. Add me on social media handles, Alexis N Branch. Yes, I'm excited to be here. And he said I can give one shout out. So of course I'm going to give a shout out to Bennett College. If it was not for Bennett College, I would not have the confidence that I have in being a Black woman in this race. I would not have the leadership skills that I have to being the leader that I am right now. I'm so blessed to have had the opportunities of attending an HBCU. They gave me my experience abroad. I would not be able to say that I'm the only candidate with education experience, not just in the classroom, but abroad. Bennett paid for every single experience abroad. I would travel to Jerusalem, to China. And I think that we are totally, people don't see us for who we really are. And I am extremely grateful to have attended this HBCU. So shout out to my dad, shout out to Bennett College, and continue to produce phenomenal women. And I hope that I am making you proud. Just a year out of school and I am doing it. I'm following my dreams. And it's because Bennett College gave me the courage to do so. So thank you so much for this opportunity and this platform to speak today.
I had to find it real quick. Listen, so I appreciate it. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. If you want to stick around a little bit later, anyone who's still here, we're gonna bring them back a little bit later. But thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing us to learn a little bit more about you. It was just so ironic that we're also raising money. Again, y'all, it's people like her that we're raising money for. People like students that she's not a student anymore. She's an alum.
I am still a student. Bowie State to HBCU. So
she's at Bowie. But I'm saying, but students like her, like at Bennett, that we want to raise money for again. So again, Bennett College is one of our schools of the week.
Yes.
So again, we're gonna drop that link in the chat.
Leaders for Tomorrow, phenomenal women.
So you got until 11:59 tonight to make a donation to Bennett College, to Arkansas Baptist College, and to ITC. So again, Alexis, thank you.
Thank you.
See you real soon. Woo, man, listen. Not only do we raise this money for our various HBCUs, I am so thankful whenever we get a when someone reaches out to say, hey, Anthony, thank you for what we did. Now, we're at $122,000 we've raised since June 1st. $122,000 we've raised since June 1st. Still dropping the bucket, but I'm thankful for what we got. So thank you for everyone who's given since June 1st. So now, I got some alumni. You don't just give to your school, you give to every HBCU. Thank you when you give to every HBCU. You are absolutely amazing, and thank you for your support. Even so much the fact we even got a thank you note this week from Dr. French, from Clark Atlanta University, and Miss Galen Gatewood Joshua, who is the Alumni Affairs Director for both Clark Atlanta. And they want to just take a moment to say thank you.
Thank you are two of the most paired and powerful words that anyone can send forth when an extraordinary task has been completed. I'm George T. French Jr., the 5th president of Clark Atlanta University. I joined the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and especially our students to express those heartfelt words, thank you, to Mr. Anthony Brown and the entire Facebook HBCU United Cares family. Clark Atlanta University thanks you for this platform and the opportunity to support our nation's historically Black colleges and universities. Each of us are unique, yet our alikeness is the underlying ability of providing a solid education for both our traditional and non-traditional scholars. my CAU family and friends for your 224 gifts, totaling nearly $12,000 donated during our week of emphasis. I thank you. Watching the needle move, especially on Saturday with great intensity, shows that you care about your CAU. Your gifts have made a difference to our one exceptional university. I would now like to introduce the Senior Director of Alumni Relations, Galen E. Gatewood Joshua. Galen.
Thank you, President French. We did it. We added to the life of Clark Atlanta University. With the Albert H. Watts Alumni House in the background, our unique path from 1865 as AU, 1869 as CU, and then CC, and as proud Clark Atlanta University Panthers beginning in 1988, we continue to uplift our dual mottos, I'll find a way or make one, and culture for service. Our gift giving on Saturday was intentional as we gave funding to our beloved CAU. Gratitude is extended to each of you and to the CAU Alumni Association under the presidency of Devin P. White. We wish you well, the next institutions, as you have your HBCU Alumni United Cares Week. Thank you again to Anthony Brown for creating this unique space.
Clark Atlanta University, thank you for keeping CAU one exceptional university.
And we thank Clark Atlanta University and Dr. French and Ms. Gatewood, Joshua, for that video and to be able to share with all of those alums, whether you're from Clark Atlanta or any other HBCU, they helped them raise that nearly $12,000 last week. Y'all, it can happen. You know, they were determined to get into the top 10. And so I think the number one school still so far is Central State University at 13,000. No, they did 15. And then Spelman came in about 13. And now you got Clark at 11. You know, so yeah, they're excited. They were excited about making it to the top 10. They wanted to make it to the top 5. So kudos to them. So we still got a few more schools. We're not done yet. Every week, we still are hitting a few more schools between now and December 31st. Real quick, you know, again, this is our election show. And again, we've been talking about the importance of not just homecoming. We've been also talking about the importance of voting and voter education and all that kind of good stuff. And let me go back and remind you one more time that Black voters matter. Yes, it does. Let's check this out. Okay, well.
Today, who needs some love sent their way? Who needs love? Who needs love? Who needs a little love today? Who needs some love sent their way? Who needs love? Who needs love?
Yes, Black voters matter. And again, whether you are in a state or a city or a county where you are able to do early voting, or you're doing your absentee ballot, or you are making plans to be in line on November 3rd, the thing is, you got to get it done. Just get it done, right? Just get it done. I am so glad for this platform. Is also, you know, there was someone from St. Paul's College who made a comment a few moments ago. Let us know that, you know, she was excited about the fact that we got this platform. And again, who would have ever thought that we'll be in this as we bob and weave, as we pivot and turn, that we're able now to reach alumni and reach people from across the country, to be able to impact and support or just to educate what's going on in and around our community. Because, you know, we always talk about it's a small world. This technology has really made it an even smaller world. And now we got family and friends that we could just reach out and touch virtually. Like this young lady coming up next. We're going all the way over to Wisconsin. Yeah, we're going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And LaKeshia Myers is an Alcorn State graduate. And she is running for State Representative District 12 in her area. So we're going to now welcome, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's the incumbent. Let's find out. Yes,
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You are the incumbent.
Yes.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It has been a pleasure to meet all the other guests and to just rep my HBCU. You see, I got my Alcorn State on. That's right there.
They have on that again. It's called Alcorn because
that's right.
Alcorn.
We are always already in Alcorn. That's right.
Oh, baby, I got told one good thing. Like, no, it's Alcorn.
That's right. That's right.
That's like I went someplace else and be like, I love the dialects. And I went down to New Orleans and I said Xavier wrong. They're like, excuse you, we don't say it, it's Xavier. I said, okay.
Yeah, they always say there's no E in front of Xavier. So the people say Xavier. They said, no, it's Xavier.
Xavier. So anyway, so thank you for being here, Representative Myers. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Good. So
thank you so much for having me.
Listen, now you are already in the hot seat, not the hot seat bad, but you are already doing the work. You out there doing the work.
Absolutely.
So you want to continue the work.
I do. I'm actually a servant of the people. That is what I say all the time. I live my life as a life of service, and I want to continue doing the good work that I've been able to do for the people of District 12 for 2 more years. So I want to continue doing this work.
Okay, so now let's talk about. Let's go back before we talk about the work. Let's go back real quick and let's reminisce real quick. All right. Let's go back to Alcorn real quick and let's just talk about some of the good old days. What was it like being a student there?
Alcorn was an amazing place. People look at me crazy. I always say I wanted to run away from home. So I was born and raised in Milwaukee, and I said I wanted to run away from home, but my parents wouldn't let me go too far, but they let me go to Alcorn because that's the family school. So I am a 3rd generation Alcornite. My parents met there, fell in love there. So Alcorn is in my blood. So, I've been even playing for my nephews. I'm like, you're going to college at Alcorn, right? So that's kind of where we started. Our family school is Alcorn. So we support Alcorn, through and through. So that is the family university. I was fortunate enough to attend Alcorn State University and also to become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So, yes, Kamala is my sorority sister. So, yes, I'm so happy that my sorority sister will be on the ballot this year as well with me. So that's an amazing experience. That's right.
Put my hat on real quick. Show the first damn some love real quick.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's amazing. I love the fact it's the family school.
It's the family school.
And not only is it the family school, but I'm quite sure, just like any HBCU, it's family once you get there.
Absolutely. I met friends for life. Absolutely. The first day I got on campus. So, it was just a family atmosphere, the ability to be, around such people that had the same vision and experience as you. From all across the world. We had students that I went to school with from Jamaica, all the way from Canada. So we were all there at the same time. Russia, we had a lot of Russian students. So, honey, we had it going on. I went to a diverse HBCU, so we really had a good time.
Okay, so now let's talk about the families that you serve in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, and talk about the work that you do for them.
Absolutely. So I've been elected, first got elected in 2018, started in January of 2019 as the state representative for our area. We represent about 58,000, individuals in our district. My district is a diverse district. I have, fairly middle-class families, some wealthy families. I have a lot of senior citizens that live in the district, and then I have young children that live in the district. So we are the hodgepodge that is the city of Milwaukee. And I also represent a small portion of the city of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. So for anyone that has been paying attention recently.
Please, I'm sorry. That was funny to me. But say it again.
It is the city of Wauwatosa. So if anybody's Wauwatosa, Wauwatosa, Wauwatosa.
There you go.
We have those old Native American words in Wisconsin. So that's the name Wauwatosa. But But anybody who has seen recently Wisconsin being in the news for everything that is unbecoming, COVID-19 especially, as well as having an election during a pandemic back in April. So these are some of the things that I'm trying to continue to work to strengthen our state legislature. I'm one of only 2 African American women that serve in the state assembly, which has 99 members, and only one of 7 that serve in the entire state legislature. And that's out of 132 people. There are only 7 of us. And I'm also the chair of the Wisconsin Legislative Black Caucus. So this I'm busy, but I'm happy to be busy to do the work for the people. I think, when we have, unlike other states, we African Americans only make up 6% of Wisconsin's statewide population.
You don't think? I'm sorry. I drink a cheese. It's all the cheese.
The cheese is good though. Yes, we have. We are still, shedding our Rust Belt image in Milwaukee and trying to retool ourselves. And when people think about Milwaukee, they like to say, "Isn't that where Laverne and Shirley live?" That's the Happy Days. I say yes, but we are a modern city, so we love our past, but we also have. We are the home of the Fresh Coast. So we have Lake Michigan that is wonderful for us. We are a cosmopolitan city of all ethnicities, and we are the city of festivals. So I want people to remember that. So if you haven't been to Milwaukee, make sure you get there.
So as the incumbent, and you are doing the work, what is some of the work that you want to continue, or what are some new projects that you hope to move forward with beyond, as you're reelected?
Absolutely. So a lot of the things that I'm working on come under the umbrella of economic development and workforce, building our workforce. Just like every other major manufacturing city in the Midwest, when we lost manufacturing, we lost a lot of our lifeblood in the city of Milwaukee. So I've been consistently working with my business improvement district for my district, and we've been able to create a beautiful working space where we're supporting small businesses as an incubator for the Granville bid. So I'm very proud of that work that I've been able to support the bid with, able to empower others as far as healthcare is concerned. I'm a champion for healthcare, making sure that prescription drugs, that our seniors don't have to focus on whether to buy groceries, pay rent, or pay for medication. So I want to do that with families, especially when we look at how COVID-19 has started to, take a toll on the mental health of people across the state. People who are looking at joblessness, who are looking at, whether or not they have their self-sustaining employment once the pandemic is over. I think these are all things that make a big difference. And you need an advocate, someone who knows the ropes to do that work and to continue with that. I'm also an educator by trade. So I was able to pass 3 pertinent pieces of legislation in the last legislative session that dealt specifically with our education curriculum, as well as maintaining efficacy for our teachers and making sure that we are not making it harder for people who want to go into education, because we know we have a national teacher shortage. So making sure that we have people in place that are willing and able to do the work, especially teachers that are people of color. So making sure that we attract and retain our people of color to go into education and help our children.
Got you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now, listen, like I've been doing everyone else, and I want to make sure I'm gonna give you that moment in the spot.
Okay.
We want to make sure that you want to just let everybody know again who you are, what you're running for. If you want to give out some acknowledgments or some shout outs, some endorsements, and just let everybody know again why they need to come out and vote. There you go, Representative Myers.
All right. Thank you so much. I am State Representative LaKeshia Myers of the 12th Assembly District in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am asking for your vote on November 3rd to continue the work so we can continue doing better. I believe together we can do better and be a champion for our community. You can follow me on Twitter at Myers for Assembly, or you can find me on Facebook, LaKeshia Myers for Assembly, and I will be sure to answer all of your emails. You can email me at myers4assembly@gmail.com. And if you feel it in your heart, you can also donate to my campaign via Act Blue. I just want to shout out Alcorn State University because that is my love. And also to thank all of those organizations that have endorsed me the National Association of Social Workers, Wisconsin Conservation Voters, Wisconsin Education Association Council, the Sierra Club, Clean Wisconsin Action Fund, Free Thought Equality, and Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin. So I just want to thank all of those entities for supporting me, and hopefully I can count on your vote on November 3rd.
Woo, man, you came ready with a list. Like, oh shit, let me go put my list. I love it. I love it. I appreciate you being here today. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you, but if you're able to stick around, we can do a quick little check-in with everybody at the end. Any more last shout outs. If you can, great. If not, I understand. But thank you for allowing us to take a trip out to Wisconsin.
That's right. Come on and visit us in Wisconsin. We welcome you.
All over the country tonight.
That's right.
That's why we call this an HBCU Alumni House Party, because I'm right here virtually, and I've been all over the country tonight and been having a great time with it at the same time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later. All right. So listen, man, y'all in here showing up and showing out. I want to say again, there was actually someone from St. Paul's College, an alum from St. Paul's College. And again, what we cannot do is we cannot afford to lose another HBCU. And how do we do that? By making sure that we give, because we can't expect somebody else to give. I think of I'm paraphrasing a quote from School Day when it talks about who supports the Black colleges. You got all these other folks and other people who support their organization, but when it comes time to us, we want to wait till the federal government support us. We want to wait till the philanthropists support us. But why can't we support us? Come on, y'all. I'm out here. Listen, I've been asking y'all since 8:30 to support Arkansas Baptist College, Bennett College, and Interdenominational Theological Center. Since 8:30, I've been asking y'all to help me raise this, help me with something. Since we've been on this line, I think I probably got $5 more. Let me refresh the page. I think at one point I said I had 215. I got $220 for Arkansas Baptist College. Come on, we got to do better. When you know better, you do better. We can't depend on somebody else to do it for us. We got to start and take care of ourselves. The old saying, charity starts at home. Well, think of all these HBCUs as our home. If nothing else, we got the Black college and the Black church. We don't own too many things. Black college and the Black church. Come on, let's take care of our own. It's a sacrifice. I know. I get it. And even this pandemic. But whatever you can give, we would have greatly appreciate it. So Arkansas Baptist College right now is at $220. Bennett College right now is at $290. Now, again, I'm saying this because you got to get involved. I need your support. Clark Atlanta raised $11,000 in 1 week. And all I got is $290 from Bennett. I'm not fussing. I'm going to say thank you. But come on, y'all. Interdenominational Theological Center right now is at $295. The Interdenominational Theological Center is currently at $295. If you've never heard of ITC, right there is a part of the AUC, part of the Atlanta University Center. It's all part of that system. This is our, I think we've hit every HBCU in Atlanta. This is our last HBCU in Atlanta, so we want to make sure we show them some love. Again, to learn more about ITC, let's check this out. No.
This world that we live in is ever changing. But one thing that never varies is the need for emerging leaders. People who recognize a need in their communities and do not hesitate to take action. The time is now. Our nations, our children, our environments need you. We cannot continue to disregard misguided leadership. There is an ever-urgent need for Afrocentric and global righteousness in positions of power. At ITC, we develop prophetic problem solvers in several different walks of life. Whether it's nonprofit, congregational leadership, or film, dance, and music?
Some of the most brilliant Black religious scholars in the world are housed here at the ITC and have been housed here at the ITC.
I chose the ITC because the ITC's liberating vision aligned with my sense of call to ministry.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Truly, ITC is the epicenter of Black liberation theology.
Our students are impacting communities globally for the better. Don't ignore your calling. Take action and make a change. ITC welcomes you to join the village of prophetic problem solvers.
So there you go. You learn a little bit more about ITC. And again, it's a consortium of various seminary schools that make up that. And I also learned this week that Clark Atlanta University has some history or some ties to ITC. I think some of their former beginnings, Clark College, Atlanta, went somewhere along the line. They're related. They're cousins. So now, listen, all this homecoming stuff, all this we've been doing, we've been celebrating homecoming virtually. Listen, we got another virtual homecoming celebration. Shout out to Rock T and from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show and Stomp Wars and HBCU for doing a great thing for the past several weeks with his event. But we got another event. It's called I Don't Want You to Miss This HBCU Homecoming event that's coming up real soon. It's going to be an awesome event. Not because I said so, because I just think it's going to be an awesome event. And so I need for you to go check. As a matter of fact, Mary, I got this one. So don't miss this HBCU homecoming virtual celebration. Told you, you can't miss it. You cannot miss it. I need you to be right there. Matter of fact, let me tell you who's going to be a part of this program. So a part of this homecoming, even though it's been canceled, homecoming traditions has been canceled. But this one, we're bringing the yard to YouTube with this virtual celebration featuring a live step show. It's going to be a battle of the bands. It's going to be, of course, a live concert featuring 2 Chainz, Desi Banks, Pretty V, Ty Tribbett, just to name a few, along with performers from the Jackson State University Sonic Boom and FAMU's Marching 100. Meet us on the yard October 24th at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at hashtag Meet Me on the Yard. Yeah, you don't want to miss it. It's about to shake, rattle, and roll. As a matter of fact, you know, I just got to play it because I just got to play it. Listen, I'm about to tell y'all about this one right here, though. Man, listen. I didn't tell you about the fact that this fundraiser is also a fundraiser. This show next week is a fundraiser. So it's also raising money for United Negro College Fund and the Thurgood Marshall College Fund at the same time. So meet me on the yard. Now, my next guest. Last guest for the night, y'all. Thank you for hanging in with us tonight. Hey! Let's go, Wildcats! He is all the way from Waterbury, Connecticut. After him, he's my classmate. We worked for WBCC AM 830 when we were at Bethune-Cookman College at the time. Alderman Vernon R. Matthews Jr. is now seeking the position of Connecticut House of Representatives 72nd District. Again, from Bethune-Cookman, he's already doing some of the work, but now he wants to do more work. Y'all welcome my Wildcat brother to the show.
What's good, my brother?
What's really happening?
And you can't call it.
Hey, you know, I had to find that one real quick. I got to have this one queued up and ready.
Well, you know, I had it on my iPhone. If you didn't have it, I was gonna play it over here. So it was gonna be let's go, regardless. and you see, I'm wearing our friend.
Yes, that's our friend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So what's going on, sir? How are you?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. It's like everyone else has been saying, the campaign season has been totally different than what I've been used to doing for the last 3 times I ran for office, door knocking and everything else. But the pandemic has changed a whole lot.
Listen, so real quick, I just want to give a shout out real quick to, oh my God, they already gave it away. Someone said, love the sweater at exclusively HBCU. I was going to talk about this sweater. This is my vintage throwback Bethune-Cookman sweater. I was going to tell you about this in a few moments, but they already put it in the chat. However, let's talk about your experience with Bethune-Cookman. I don't want to tell them, let you tell it.
Well, we met about 30 years ago, right? Something like that. At a little small radio station ran by the students called AM 830 WBCC.
The home of the world's most famous beach.
Exactly. And guess who was the Jack the Ripper best smooth jazz DJ for the year?
That's
when Mary was the program director.
Yes, that was the year we won Radio Station of the Year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. You know, it's a lot of history with the three of us right now. It'd be good if you say something real quick, you know.
Now let's talk about, so again, like LaKeshia, you are doing some of the work, but now you're trying to do some more work.
Well, I'm trying to cause good trouble.
Oh, come on.
I've had things in the past, but now I'm ready to move forward and show people that what I've done as an alderman, I can definitely do it in Hartford and make it so that, you know, I have the exact same thing that's going on in Milwaukee, having areas where we've lost factories. The same stuff that's going on in Alabama, where there's rural stuff for the internet. Same thing that's going on in Charlotte. So every single one of these females, what they talked about, I'm doing the exact same thing. Only thing, I'm the oddball out of the 6. I'm the Republican that wants to do the exact same thing that they're doing. So, you know, it's weird to sit here, but to hear everything going around the country, that pretty much every single person that's been up here tonight has gone through the exact same thing. I'm excited about doing this. I'm ready to get to Hartford. You know, to make it to Cookman, because, you know, we have a network. Mike Jackson is in Paterson, New Jersey. We all talk that are elected. Tony Servance down in Daytona. You know, we share stuff together. You know, so.
Oh my God, yeah, Tony, I gotta keep you on the show next week. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, let's talk about the campaign trail. How's it been going?
Okay, so the campaign trail has been totally different than I've been used to. I'm used to the door knocking, the hugging, the kissing the babies. I do a thing, get on the bus Wednesdays. I can't do that stuff anymore. So basically what I've been doing is speaking to the community virtually through Zoom, because being an alderman, and also doing some door knocking, but basically just listening to what the community is saying and what they're looking for in an elected official. 48 years, the seat has been a person of color, a person of Black. 48 years has been Democrat. The last time someone was Republican was 48 years ago. And the only thing I want to do is just change the representation as far as party, but I will continue to do the work that I've done here in the city for the 2nd District, which is the 72nd for the State House.
Okay. So now I went blank real quick.
No, I saw that. I saw the look on your face. It's like you were giving to tell me, when we had the stuff with Magic Johnson and you were going live, and I'm looking at you. We're like,
so we had a deer headlights moment. Like, yeah.
It's that 50-year-old,
With I mean, so I know since you had to, like everyone else, you had to learn how to pivot in this whole campaign season. But at the same time, I'm quite sure that you have been able to do some things that normally were out of the box, more untraditional, but it actually pushed you to a whole new level of engagement.
Well, the biggest thing I found as running this time around compared to the last couple of times is the outcry that I've gotten from the people. The people are like they're gravitating towards me because, I don't know if it's spiritually or what, but it's just like I get out and I talk and people are standing around listening and I'm hearing the issues. And now I'm working with them to figure out ways how we can work together as a community, as an elected official, and also as a one unit to do what's right for the community, regardless of race, creed, religion, party, because I don't look at party affiliation. I look at what needs to be done for the community. And we have a lot of people that are out there, oh, you're a Republican, I can't vote for you. Why can't you vote for me? You voted for me as a representative for you for your district as a alderman, but why can't you vote for me to go to Hartford? I'm doing the exact same work. Only thing is I have a bigger platform that I can use and that I want to give my all to. Because remember, when you're an elected official, you're no longer your family. Your family is back burner. Your family is the people that you represent.
People you serve.
And that's what we went. We entered to learn and we departed to serve. And that's one of the things that I go by. I don't consider myself a politician. I consider myself a public servant because that's what people need is a public servant, someone that they can rely on and also count on when it comes time to do shaking and baking.
So Vernon, let everyone know again. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna bring you and LaKeshia back in a moment. We can chit chat a little bit more, but let me let you have your moment like everyone else. Again, let everyone know who you are, what you're running for, maybe some good points on your campaign. If you want to give a shout out to anybody, endorsements. Before I do that, is Connecticut? Are you all doing early voting? Or you have absentee
No,
ballot?
we're not an early vote state, but we do have absentee. We have opened up absentee. We have actually something on our ballot where you can use the COVID-19 as a code so that anyone can go out and vote, where before it was literally would have to be military, sick, or going to be out of state during the election. But now our Secretary of State has allowed for people to do that for voting. So you can say it's early voting, but we don't know the results until November 3rd at the end of when the polling's closed.
Awesome. All right, so now here's your moment. Do your thing.
Okay, Vernon R. Matthews Jr. I can be found on Facebook at Matthews for 72nd 2020. I can be found on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and also on Twitter. Twitter is the real Vern1. My goal is to not only bring confidence back to a district that has actually gone by the wayside, but I want to work with my constituents that I've been working with already, but also open up the door for more to come in and work together as a collaborative to make the 72nd district a better district, and to also bring hope back to a community that has been despaired for a long period of time. You can easily go and check out my stuff on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Honorable Vernon R. Matthews Jr. And you can see some of the videos that I've done for this campaign for social media and see what my district looks like, what I want to do as far as change, and to also just give me a shout out and say, hey, good job, whatever. I do want to shout out Bethune-Cookman College. I'm a BCC person. BCU is after me, but I still love the school. I also want to shout out Reginald Hauser, Dr. Reginald, for the creation that we created for Dr. Oswald Perry Bronson, who was our friend, our president, when we were at Bethune-Cookman College University, Daytona Beach, 2nd Avenue, Lefevre Hall alumni, all that good stuff.
He said Lefevre Hall. Listen, so glad you mentioned that. Listen, I wish I only have my shirt. I gotta do a new promo. Look, so we got this company called Life on the Yard Apparel. Again, you can relive those moments just like you were there. All you gotta do is go to that. It's called Life on the Yard Apparel. It's LOTY apparel.com. It's one of our program partners. I got to do a new promo for them. I got to do a new video, but they got some great stuff. Actually, if you go on there and you use the promo code HBCU Live, $2 from every t-shirt that you, thank you, Mary. Every time you buy a shirt from this particular website, $2 goes back to the campaign to support our various HBCUs that we're raising money for. Again, all you have to do is go on the website. You can find your school and you find your dorm. If they don't have your school, all you do is send a little message to contact us, and they will they will work on trying to make sure your dormitories or your residence halls on your campus are represented on Life on the Yard Apparel.
You rock with Lefevre quite a few times. I've seen Lefevre, because I asked you where'd you got yours from. So I have a Lefevre Hall shirt too.
Awesome sauce. So now, Vernon, thank you so very much. Don't go anywhere. I gotta go talk about my other good cousins down at Prairie View A&M University. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to wrap this show up. And I'm going to just chat with you and LaKeshia real quick. And y'all, thank y'all for sticking around, for hitting the loves, hitting the likes, hitting all that, and hitting the share, because it's kind of like an extended show for us today. But it's been a good show. Thank you. Hey, we'll be right back with this brother in just a moment. All right, so now we've been having a good time, a different kind of house party, but a house party nonetheless. But again, what kind of homecoming is the homecoming if you don't have the proper attire? Like this one right here. So I got my vintage box in the mail today. So with my cousins from exclusively HBCU, you got a lot of apparel that you can order from, and this is their vintage collection. Comes with a nice, attractive box, and I opened it up, and it had my vintage. Got my 1904 for when school was founded in 1904. It comes in school colors, whatever your letter. I also got a skull cap. I got a pair of socks, and I got a t-shirt all in the box. Every quarter, I get a brand new box. They got this new box coming out. I'm calling it, I just renamed their box. I call it the Stay at Homecoming box, because in that box, you're going to get a flask. You're going to get your do-rag. You're going to get your bonnet. You're going to get you a onesie. I can't wait to get my onesie so I can actually sit here on the show since we're still stuck at home for homecoming. I'm going to wear my onesie in somebody's virtual homecoming party. We trust and believe. Just like the old day. I don't know about y'all. At y'all school at Bethune-Cookman, we used to have a party called the pre-dawn dance, and the prerequisite was you had to come to the party in your pajamas. So I can't wait to get my exclusively HBCU attire. But now, if you want to check out some more stuff from exclusively HBCU and you want to support the cause, let's go check this out. Hey everyone, let me tell you about exclusively HBCU. They are more than your typical subscription box service. Their mission is to highlight and collaborate with other HBCU alums and entrepreneurs while providing opportunities and scholarships to current and future HBCU scholars. And did I mention they have a really great product line like this, and this, and even this. The company's aim is to bring awareness to HBCU's rich history and showcase why our alma maters are still relevant and essential today. Now, they want to continue their support by donating 10% of each sale to the United Negro College Fund by using the promo code UNCF at checkout. So go check out their website at www.exclusivelyyhbcu.com and grab you something nice for yourself or that HBCU student of yours. Better yet, sign up for the quarterly subscription box and use promo code UNCF at the checkout. And by the way, tell them that your Uncle Anthony sent you. Right, you got to get you some of that exclusively HBCU using the promo code UNCF. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And thank you again to my cousins, Derica and Danielle, for making it happen and sending me my sweater today. I got excited. Hey! Speaking of Derica and Danielle, who graduated of Prairie View A&M University, you're one of our HBCUs for next week. So our HBCUs of the week for next week are Livingstone College, Southwestern Christian College, and Prairie View A&M University. So we will start those campaigns later on tonight. And again, we're going to challenge to see who will make it to our top 10. Will any of those three schools make it? Let's go back real quick. I want to give you some numbers real quick. Thank you so much for those who have been donating. Thank you. I got a few more dollars. Y'all like, we're going to give this money. Just put this $5 on it. Just listen. That $5 t-shirt, that $5 fish sandwich, that $5 for parking. Come on and give me that $15 and put it on these three schools. Interdenominational Theological Center right now is at $320. Bennett College for women right now is at $315. Arkansas Baptist College, $245. So y'all did help me move the needle just a little bit. We still got until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to make it happen. Listen, we're not going to hold you long. If you got any questions for our last two guests, put them in the chat if you want to do a shout out. Again, I think we're going to do this one more time next week. So if you got any candidates that want to give a shout out, so make sure that I reach out to Vernon. I get out to Tony Surveillance next Saturday, and any other candidates, I want to bring them on next week. But welcome back to the show. Represented, look at this, to our incumbents. Well, our one incumbent and our one person who's an alderman want to move up in rank. Two people who are already doing some of the work. Welcome back, Representative LaKeshia Myers and Alderman Vernon Matthews. Hey, y'all, welcome back.
How you doing?
Hello.
All right. Whew, man, this has been a show right here. Y'all done wore me out today. A good wearing out there. A good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. So now, before we get up out of here, let's just let me just ask this question again. If you had a chance to go back and do it all over again, as far as your campaign, is there anything, lessons learned, anything that you learned this time around as opposed to when you ran before, or things are better this time around? I don't know which way, however which way you want to go with that. LaKeshia, I'm gonna go with you first.
COVID has been the X factor. We didn't expect that, but I think we've been able to do well with as far as fundraising and making sure that we continue to do the work and not just campaign during campaign season, if you will. I'm a person that I've visited most of the churches in my district within the last 18 months or prior to COVID. Let me say that. Within the first year of being in office, I tried to visit a majority of the schools that are in my district, the majority of the nursing homes that are in the district or skilled nursing facilities to make sure I had kept that connection with people. So that's something I think that lays the groundwork for people to say, they say about politicians, you only come around and want to come to church when it's time for you to run for office. And I said, no, that's not me. I'm doing the work all the time. So I made sure and made it a point. I have my yearly report card. I'm a teacher by trade, so I do a report card. This is what I've been doing. This is what I'm doing for you now. And you can call me at any time. So I have people that were like, well, no, you're really responsive. And I appreciate that. So I think that is something that goes beyond party affiliation. That's, retail politics, if you will, or boutique politics, making sure that people actually know who you are, can identify you and say, no, she's not just one of those people that come around when she wants something or needs something. She's there to help us, at all times.
All right, awesome. So then, Vernon, what about you? Any lessons learned? Anything with this campaign?
Yeah, so a lot of lessons learned. I realized that, like LaKeshia said, is you make yourself visible, people will pay attention to you. And the biggest thing was, just listening to the constituents and understanding what they have been looking for the last 14 years. They've been looking for a voice to go to Hartford that will speak for them and fight for the equality of everyone that lives within the district. I live in a diverse district, so I have everything from Latino to Middle Eastern and all different languages. But the one thing that everyone still communicates is that they want someone that will support them, that will push for them, and not look at them as they're beneath them. We don't need pomp and circumstance. Elected officials, we need people that are willing to get out there and put that work in and get that. I'm a
public servants, not politicians.
Yes, I'm a third shifter by nature. I worked in the healthcare field for the last 25 years. And one of the biggest things I've always told people, you can reach me at 3 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock when I get out of work, I'm at your front door trying to find out what the problem is, or making a phone call at 3 o'clock. So the problem is being fixed at 9 when I get there, so the people can see action more so than, a fish fry or, chicken dinner. Because, some of us get into politics just for the chicken dinner.
Just for the chicken dinner.
The chicken dinner,
politicians.
Yes, the chicken dinner, the fish fry, a photo op. I tell people don't take a picture of me unless
beware of the picture takers. That's what I always say.
And picture takers love to show. Look what I did.
Y'all spilling the tea right now. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother show, y'all.
Well, I'll come back on that one.
Come back talk about that one.
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So listen, I thank you all both for staying to the end. Again, and I want to just give a shout out again to all of our guests who were on the show today. Matter of fact, let me go back because I want to make sure I get everybody's name right because I think what I do. Here we go. Make sure I get everybody's name right. I want to thank all of our guests who were on for today. They have been absolutely amazing. Just want to just shout out again. I'm just going to just run down the list. And as I go through the list, we're going to just put their links up again for you want to learn more information about any of the people who were on today's show. Some of them have also been putting their own links in the chat. But we want to go again and thank Dr. D. Bell Williams, who's running for school board in Richland School District number 2 in Columbia, South Carolina. She's a South Carolina State alum. We want to shout out and thank LaKeshia. Again, well, you're here now. But again, LaKeshia right here. She right there. State Representative District number 12 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Alcorn State alum, to Alexis Branch, a school board candidate, District 7, Prince George County, Maryland, and Bennett College alum, Dr. Adia Winfrey, U.S. House of Representatives, Congressional 3rd District in Alabama, Talladega, Alabama. I went to Wilberforce University. And of course, we got the good brother right here, the Alderman, Vernon R. Matthews Jr., who's now running for Connecticut House of Representatives, 72nd District, from Waterbury, Connecticut now, and from Bethune-Cookman University, and to Cynthia Wallace, who's running for U.S. House of Representatives, Congressional 9th District, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and a Spelman College alum. So again, thank you to all of you all. Thank you for all those who have been watching. I want to give a shout out to all the replayers because some of you all are going to go back and share this later. You're going to fast forward and get to your candidate or get to your person who you know, to everyone who hit the share button, who hit the like button, who did all that amazing stuff. Thank you for those who donated to our campaign this week. Again, don't forget about the fact that Livingstone College, Southwestern Christian College, and Prairie View A&M University are HBCUs for next week. On next Saturday night, we will spin the wheel and we'll go and select the schools that we'll be raising money for the month of November. Yeah, so we only got 2 more months left, and I still got a few more schools because I have. Matter of fact, has Alcorn been on the list yet? Let me check. Have we? No, if I'm not mistaken, no, we have not done Alcorn.
Well, we're gonna cheat and spin the wheel and have Alcorn on the list for November. That's what we're gonna do.
So
and
yeah,
I'm gonna start it off with $100, and I want somebody to match me. That's what we're gonna do. I want somebody to match me, meet me, and match me, and max me out. There you go.
You heard that. We're gonna have to keep that sound bite because she said when Alcorn pops up, she's already gonna make her donation for 100, and she wants somebody to meet her, and match her, and exceed her donation. And then Vernon, we have not selected Bethune-Cookman as of yet. So
we're gonna do Alcorn the same time as Alcorn. I'm sorry, I used to call it Alcorn. Alcorn, we're gonna do the same time. And I'm going to do the exact same thing as she did. And I want everybody from BCC all the way up to when Dr. Bronson left us in 2004 to donate the exact same amount.
Awesome.
So we're going back from the 70s all the way to this is 2004.
Yeah, so Mary and I, we've been waiting a lot. We've been holding our little penny. We've been giving the donations to everybody else, but we've been holding our pennies. So when it's our turn,
we don't want pennies. No.
We like the kind of money that folds up. That's right.
Holding. I mean, my pennies is added up. My pennies is paper. It's good old paper. They're good old.
Are you why we have a coin shortage? That's why we don't have no money.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you. I'm Anthony Brown, the host and admin of the HBCU Alumni United Group. I am also the president of the National Alumni Council for UNCF. Again, I keep telling you all the time that we are stronger together when we are standing united. I ain't got much for you tonight. I'm just going to say, listen, I need you to turn to somebody and let them know that I love you and there's nothing that you can do about it. And I need for you all to make sure that you go out and vote. If you don't do nothing else, we've been worrying you to death about getting counted for the census. But listen, even more now, I need to make sure that you get out and vote because it's imperative. Not like it hasn't been imperative before, but come on, y'all. If we want to see some changes, if we want to really make some changes, it doesn't just start with the president. It starts down here in our local communities. Yeah, for our judges, our school boards, our state officials, all the way up to the president. But we got to make a difference all across the board. In all places, and we need for you to get out. And I'm seeing the numbers. We are getting some record numbers across the country in some places where we are now getting numbers in where the numbers are now like these early voting in some places is much more than what it was, have surpassed the numbers from the last presidential election years ago. So that must say something is happening. Somebody's got the word out. Somebody wants to make a difference. Listen, if you want some things to change, this is how you do it. You got to cast that vote. So with that, I got this one final song, this one final promo just to kind of encourage you, to remind you why you need to get out and vote. Until next time, we'll see you Wednesday, October 21st, 2020 at 8:30 p.m. Same channel, same station with the new schools. We'll see you then.
Let's